Hello, one. This is Chase Pounds. I forgot to mention my previous video on the 1996 Titanic miniseries. CBS Titanic was came out in November the 14th, 1996, and I forgot to mention there was a scene that where I seen at the end of when the Carpathia retrieves the bodies of the victims that went down with the ship that was inaccurate. There was no the Carpathia wasn't the ship that retrieved the bodies. It was the cable ship Max Bennett that recovered many of the bodies. It took on the job of recovering the bodies of the victims of the Titanic. And for more detail about the dining room is that in the film it shows that it had like an archway on the actual Titanic. It was a doorway that led into the dining room. Two doorways that would be opened by servants, and I also got to mention the year before I kind of mentioned this before in the previous video. Before the same year, in 1996, in January 1996, there was another made-for-TV movie called No Greater Love. Though the film isn't really about the Titanic itself, it features the sinking at the beginning, and this also came out during the post years of the wreck. And it doesn't show the ship breaking to either. And it mostly uses outdated stock footage from another Titanic made-for-TV movie called SOS Titanic that came out in 1979. And not to mention in the book version, I recall that they referenced the Allison family in the book as well. In the book, it's like a scene. It's like a brief scene. Well, I mean, a part where they mentioned that they wouldn't leave the ship because the youngest daughter had ran off in the crowd during the evacuation. But and the Allens, when they met with the Allison family, they said they would do the same. They wouldn't leave their ship without their child until their child was found. And so the Allens was featuring that story as well. And I think the book version, in my opinion, was more well done than the movie, historically detailed and accurate. And some of the things, and as I said, this movie was mostly well, I should say, I'm not sure they borrowed elements from the James Cameron movie, borrowed elements from the 96, or recycled base from the 1996 Titanic. But it does show both the suicide of Officer Murdoch, death to a pistol. He shot himself, and they showed him. They were planning on showing him fall on the side of the ship with a bunch of cash floating around him as he fell over the side. But I think that was recycled for the 1996. But they used that concept in 1996, where they didn't show in the 1996 Murdoch floating around with the cash was floating in the water, but they showed the antagonist Purser who stows away on board the lifeboat, supposedly dressed up as a woman, and when he tries to take the boat hostage, takes the boat hostage, but the officer hits him in the head with one of the oars, and he falls over the side. The money he had stolen, and it falls and it floats around him. So that was some of the elements of it. And that was from a few things I think I left out. That was another video by Chase Pounds. Stay tuned for my next video.